Hey Earth Angels, I have some exciting news for you guys. I recently made an Etsy shop in which I am selling my private readings and some soy candles that I hand pour. Please keep in mind when booking a private reading that my shop is open from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you book within that time frame if you would like your reading the same day. Orders after 6 p.m. will be delivered the next day. I also do have to point out that if you want a video reading, it does take me a week to prepare, so just keep that in mind when booking those as well. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel and my growth. Hey Earth Angels, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Farrah, not Sarah. I do videos on spiritual topics, I do videos on law of attraction, and I do these fun pick-a cards. If you are new to my channel, even if you are not, and you haven't subscribed, it would mean so much if you did. There are two perks to doing so. Number one, you get exclusive access to know when my content is posted, and you also get to be a part of my Earth Angel family. And number two, at 10,000 subscribers, we are giving away some beautiful crystals. So if you would like to be entered to win, please subscribe. Anyway, so today we are doing a special video that I've been kind of procrastinating. I've been wanting to record this video for some time, but I've just been trying to prepare for it. So today's video is what was your most recent past life? So that is what we are doing today. I do have to point out that past lives could be kind of triggering. So please make sure that if you aren't able to stomach certain content, if you feel like this could trigger past life memories that may be upsetting, you may want to click off of this video. But if not, I'm going to show you the stones. We have 7 groups here. Group number 1 is the green Adventurine stone. And I ask that you try to just pick one, but if you pick another one, pick it after you watch the first one you picked. Okay, so group number 2 is the red Jasper. Group number 3 is the black tourmaline. Group number 4 is the rose quartz. Group number 5 is the tiger's eye angel. Group number 6 is this Lapis Lazuli heart, and then group number 7 is this amethyst cluster. Now, I'm going to be silent in a few moments. You can pause this video and meditate on your card stack. The timestamps will be in the description box and then the pinned comment. Let's start with group 1. Hello, group number 1. You guys picked the green Adventurine angel. So one of the first things I'm getting about your past life is that you may have been some sort of healer, or you just may have had healing abilities that you kind of didn't utilize, is what I'm seeing. So let's start with your first card. So with this 9 of Swords, I see that you had a lot of stress and worry in your past life. I feel like there was worry about how to make ends meet. There was worries about just life in general. I feel like you were very worried, and fear actually took over a lot of your life without you really meaning it to. I feel like you just were uncertain about the future, and that really impacted your life. I also see that you guys were a male with Celtic origins, so I do feel like you were a man in Ireland or Scotland. I definitely get that you were someone from Europe, so Celtic origins, like Ireland or Scotland. I'm more leaning towards Ireland to me. This is feeling very Irish, so I feel like you were an Irish man. And I feel like you had a lot of celebrations and a lot of parties with others. You did have fun times with people. I feel like you went to a lot of parties, like I said, and you had a lot of fun. but I feel like you were very focused on your faith. I feel like you were very religious and you were very spiritual, which may be why you had like healing gifts that you didn't really utilize. I feel like you were someone who could heal with your hands. Like you could have been someone who had a very healing touch, or you just had a lot of like healing modalities, but you, because you were very religious, you didn't really take these gifts seriously. So I see religion was a lot of your life. I also see that you had to learn a lot of forgiveness in your life. So I feel like people and things were kind of cruel to you, which is maybe why you had the stress and anxiety. I see that you had a lot of circumstances where people wronged you and you had to learn to forgive them for your spiritual growth. So I feel like you followed the teachings of Jesus and you believed in forgiveness, because we have this cross here. So I feel like you definitely believed in forgiveness and you were a devout Christian, and you try to forgive people. I feel like you were someone who was very, very forgiving of others, but sometimes you found it hard because you wanted to connect with people, but they would do you wrong. But it was like it was a spiritual lesson for you. So I feel like there was some point in your life where you had to kind of like find your strength. I feel like somebody wronged you in a serious way. So there was a point in your life where you had to really take time to get your power back. You forgave them, but you took time to get your power back, because I feel like somebody took your power. I don't want to say like how it could have happened, but I feel like it's in different ways you felt that people were taking your power. Now you could have been a knight or something, because that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm getting from this card. You could have been a knight, but I also see that you were very religious. You were very, very religious. I do feel like since you were the male counterpart, I definitely feel like you had a female counterpart that was like your other half, so to speak. It doesn't really say that you guys were married, but there was a female in your life that was very important and significant to your growth. I feel like this person was very close to you, and you had a lot of fond memories with this person. I feel like this is the person who you had a lot of fun with, since we have this Three of Cups here. I also see that you had a lot of challenges and adversity in your life, which may be what stressed you out, but there came a point in your life where you really had to focus on what you wanted and not your challenges. I also see that you had writing talents and abilities, and I feel like you were you could have been like someone who wrote religious texts, or maybe just what is that word? Translated religious texts or something like that. I feel like you were a very skilled writer and you could have translated religious texts or something as well. I also have the financial constraints card. So you were someone who didn't have a lot of money. You worried about money. I feel like that's what most of your worries were about, money. But you made do with what you had. And I'm seeing that you were a very intuitive person. I feel like you trusted your intuition a lot more than most people. Your third eye chakra was very open, so you saw the truth in situations that other people didn't. With this storm warning in reverse card, I feel like you, most of your life, group number one, you stressed about like maybe calamity or famine or something really horrible happening to you. And you, this was most of your life, you stressed about this. But actually with the storm warning card in reverse, this card lets me know that all those things that you worried about never really happened. You may not have had the best finances, but you were able to get by. And I feel like most of your life you thought that one day you'd be out on the street or homeless or just in a bad way, but that never really happened with the storm warning in reverse. With this green man, it's actually, in fact, that the universe regularly worked in your life to make sure you had enough. This card is about how things align for you at the right time. So it was like spirit and the universe and the angels would regularly align things for you. So that's what I'm seeing. And then with this author card, you definitely wrote books, and you wrote for you wrote religious you translated religious texts, but you also wrote as well. You were a very skilled writer. And the last card is ancestors. So your ancestors carried you through this lifetime. I feel that you had a very natural death. Like I said, this was about storm warning in reverse, so there was no really like harsh calamity that came towards you. You really died naturally. And yeah, so this is what I'm seeing about your past life, group number 1. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you would like a private reading, my information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much. Hello, group number 2. You guys picked the red Jasper, so I do see that you were someone who was very grounded and centered in your past life, group number 2. I feel like people would regularly come to you because you were someone who just had a very good handle and grip on yourself. You had you were very grounded. Okay, so let's talk about your past life. So it seems that your most recent past life, group number 2, was in Asia. I'm also seeing that you were very religious, and you had a Christian upbringing and background, which I think there were a lot of, when we say biblical, there were a lot of biblical sites in Asia and the Middle East as well. So I feel like you were a lot different than most people in Asia. I feel like a lot of people in Asia, they worshipped different deities and gods, but you were a Christian Asian. It's what it seems like. So yes, so let's talk about some more stuff. So with this 8 of Swords, I see that you felt trapped most of your life. I feel like you felt trapped just in situations. With karmic relationship, I do have to point this out. Like, I do have to bring this card up because we have the 8 of Swords. I feel like there was a partnership you felt very, very trapped in. With this karmic relationship card, I do feel like you had a karmic partner that you were with, that you did not feel very satisfied with. I feel like they didn't treat you right. They didn't give you what you wanted and needed, and you felt very trapped in this partnership. Now, I asked my guides what sign this person was, if they were still in your life at present day, and I got Scorpio, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. So if you know a Sagittarius, a Scorpio, a Virgo, or a Pisces that you may have had a karmic connection with in this lifetime, this person could have been who you were with in a past lifetime. And when I say karmic, I don't mean a good relationship, a healthy relationship. I mean turmoil, chaos. So if you've had a Pisces, a Virgo, a Scorpio, or a Sagittarius in your life who causes chaos, or maybe you've dated them and things haven't worked out, this is why. Or maybe in this lifetime you've been trying to connect with this person and they have not been able to give you what you wanted and needed. This is because this was a karmic connection. And I feel like it controlled most of your life and you felt very trapped. I feel like you were a very persevering person. That's what I get from the 7 of Wands. You were someone who fought for what you had and fought to get through life. I feel like you were very, very strong and capable, and you persevered. But with this Strength card, I really get that you were a leader. I feel like you were a Christian leader in Asia, which I think was very rare. And so I feel like that's sometimes why you felt trapped. You felt very trapped because you were different than most people in your general background. I feel like you had a deep understanding and awakening to the fact that you were put on this earth to seek happiness and to find happiness, because it says Dharma unfolding. I feel that you were someone who understood that you were on the path to enlightenment, you were on the path to happiness, and all you had to do was just enjoy life. And I feel like this is what made you such a strong leader. You were very strong, very courageous, and this made you stand out to other people. I feel like you were someone that lots of people knew and lots of people wanted to get around because you just had so much knowledge and wisdom to give people. I also see with the arts that you may have played an instrument, you may have been very talented with like painting, drawing, singing, but I feel like you were a very creative person, and this is also what drew people to you. You were someone who people were very drawn to, is what I'm seeing. With this health card, I feel like you were very concerned about your health in your past life. I feel like you were someone who always had health problems and you were always trying to find ways to solve it. But with this miracles card, I'm seeing that you were able to, I feel like you got sick at some point and you were able to miraculously come through and heal. And this was like a miracle. So I feel that there was at one point where you got very, very sick and you thought that like your life was going to end, but you were able to pull through by the strength and by the faith that you had in general. Let's see what else. So we have action. We have envy in reverse. Yeah. And we have anxiety. Okay. So with this action card, I feel like you were very action oriented in your life. The Seven of Wands really implies that you were someone who was a go-getter. You got what you wanted. You took action towards your goals and your dreams and you completed them. You were very, very successful in your life, I do see. With this envy in reverse, you were someone who people were jealous of, but you were not jealous of other people. You were very humble and you had a good humility to you. With this envy in reverse, you realized that you appreciated your life. You weren't someone who was always like, oh, what does so-and-so have that I don't? You were someone who appreciated what you had always. I do see that there was a lot of anxiety though. You were very worried. I do feel like it was in regards to your health, but I also feel like this karmic partner that we've been talking about, that I kind of just moved on about. I feel like this person brought you a lot of anxiety and worry too. For some of you, I get that this person cheated on you or something. That's coming through very strongly. I feel like your anxiety and your worry is because this person would never really commit exclusively to you. So they were always like going around cheating with other people, and this made you very anxious and it caused you a lot of stress. But I feel like most of your stress was about health. But I do see that you felt very trapped in circumstances that were beyond your control. So we have instinct. We have protected. And we have stone people vigilance. So another thing I'm getting from this card is that you are very intuitive and you always trusted your instincts. I feel like you had to learn at a very early age that you had spiritual gifts and that your gut told you a lot about life and about situations and about how to move. So you listened to your intuition a lot because it showed you a lot of things. With the protected card, I feel like you were very angelically protected in your past life. And I feel like you may have decided to make a career change or some sort of like move or journey, and you were supported in that. And with stone people vigilance, something I'm really seeing is despite all the hardship in your life, you were very vigilant and persevering. And that is something your guides want you to know about your past life. So this is really all I have for you. Group number 2, please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you would like a private reading, my information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much, Group 2. Goodbye. Hello, Group 3. You guys picked the black tourmaline. So let's talk about your past life. So group number 3, it seems that you had a past life in Atlantis. So that is really, really beautiful, honestly. But I'm seeing that you, in early in your life, it seemed that you lost your parents in an unfortunate accident, or you could have been abandoned or something. But you didn't really have family, and that's really very sad. And I'm sorry to tell you, but like it seems like in your past life you lost your parents, or maybe you were abandoned along the way. But you were in early in your life, you had to be on your own, and you had to find your footing alone, it seems. With this Four of Pentacles, I do see that you were someone who held on to things very tightly, and you had a hard time letting go of things because we have the unrequited love card. So there was someone in your past life, group number 3, that you had just a very, you were very attached to this person and you wanted them very badly, so you needed to have them in your life. But I'm seeing that there seems to be some sort of like with this authority figures. I think the person that you were into was someone that you weren't allowed to be with, and I feel like the law and the judicial system of Atlanta, of Atlantis, not of Atlanta, excuse me, of Atlantis made it very clear. They made a judgment call about this. I feel that they were like, no, this cannot happen. So it was like there was a forbidden love. I feel that you spent a lot of your life trying to make this happen, but for some reason it wasn't supposed to happen. With this vows card, I see that you had a lot of responsibility and a lot of things that you swore to uphold. And it seems that you had a lot of obligations, and this could have kept you from this person that you really cared about, the person that you were in love with, but for some reason it's like it wasn't allowed to happen. It was like authority figures and people in your life made sure it wasn't going to happen. So like I feel like this is giving me kind of medieval vibes. So like it was like there was a prince, but you were the you were a lowly peasant, so it's like it couldn't be. It was something like that. It was like there was someone in your life that you had a lot of affection and care and love for, but for some reason this couldn't happen. And this person also, it's like authority figures didn't want this to happen, but it's like this person, they listened to what everybody said and they didn't want it to happen as well. So I'm very sorry to tell you, but if you are the type of person who, group number 3, if you have someone in this lifetime that you are constantly chasing, I feel like you've been told about this past life so you don't repeat what happened. If someone is not giving you what you want and need, definitely make sure to move on from them. If someone's parents doesn't approve and they listen to their parents, don't put up with that, because I'm seeing that some of you may be repeating past life patterns because you're so used to chasing someone, but it seems like the lesson you are being asked to know is to respect and love yourself on your own. So with this Death card, I feel like there was like, I feel like you did have some sort of connection with this unrequited love person, but it was ended. There was something that made it end, and I feel like it was like judicial rule or something. I feel like you guys had a little something in secret, but when people found out, it was like it had to end, and this caused a transformation for you. This caused some sort of awakening for you. With this with this charity, prayer, and contemplation, I'm seeing that you regularly were very connected to the divine. You prayed. You were someone who prayed, and I feel like you prayed about this connection a lot. I feel like you prayed and prayed and prayed. You were someone who prayed a lot. So we've got strategy. We've got door to romance. And then we've got all tied up. So with strategy, I feel like despite what people said, you kind of didn't listen to what people said about this. I feel like you had a very you made a plan to make this work out anyway. And with this door to romance, like it seems like you had a goal to be with this person no matter what people said, and you made a plan for it. So I see that you were someone who made plans to make this romance happen no matter what. But I also see that you may have been like someone who did a lot of work with you had to make plans and stuff for your civilization. I feel like sometimes you were someone who people relied on for plans or what to do. You had a lot of vows and responsibilities, so I definitely feel like you were someone who was the strategist for other people. With this all tied up card, I definitely get that you were like entangled in like an entanglement, honestly. Like you were someone who was very, very caught in the middle of things. I feel like this romance, like I said, I feel like it wasn't meant to happen, but you tried to make it happen, and as a result, you got kind of tied up in something that you didn't mean to. With the transcendence, I feel like you tried to transcend the limits that other people set for you, but for some reason, it didn't really work out for you. So just be careful, group number 3. Again, I'm not saying that you're not allowed to love who you love, but make sure that if something isn't working out, you don't try to stubbornly keep making it happen, because like there's something here about like you guys in your past life trying to make things happen no matter what. But it's like there was a judgment called made, and you were forced to listen to this judgment, and because you didn't listen, you got all tied up. You got caught up in something. And so let's talk about your next card. So we have breach. You're on the right path, and blessings. So first of all, with this breach, I feel like you eventually decided to get out of this because you were tied up in something. You were tied up in this connection with someone else, but for some reason they were listening to what people said, or there was a reason you guys couldn't be together. And I feel like you were tied up, but eventually you were able to free yourself by doing something different, by taking a new path, by taking a new chance. So I feel like you eventually you just broke out of like all of these restraints that people tried to force onto you. And I feel like in your life you were a very good person. You were very nice and amicable to others, and because of that you were always on the right path, and blessings were granted to you as well. So this is really all I'm seeing, group number 3. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you would like a private reading, my information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much, group number 3. Bye. Hello, group 4. Let's talk about your most recent past life. So you had past life in Rome or Greece. It really, I feel like it was like mostly says Greco-Roman, so I'm confused. I definitely think it was modern day Rome. But like I feel like yeah. So basically with the Page of Pentacles, I see that you were someone who dreamed of having a lot of money. I feel like you saw how people who had a lot of money lived, and this is what you wanted really bad in your life. You were always trying to chase money. You were always trying to learn new skills to get money, but I'm seeing that you were someone who worked really hard, but for not a lot of pay. I feel that you had a lot of responsibilities and you did a lot of work for people, but not much pay. With this finances card, finances was a big thing in your past life, group number 4. I see that you were someone who didn't have a lot of finances, and you regularly felt left out in the cold because of it. You worried about money a lot, and I see that you worked too hard for what you got. So you were someone who worked really hard, but you weren't compensated fairly, and this left you very impoverished most of your life. I feel like you dreamed of being rich, but for some reason it just didn't happen for you. I feel that because of this, you had to live in communities with other people, and you all kind of banded together to make ends meet. With this monk or nun card, I'm really getting that you were a healer. You were someone who was very devoted to your faith. So I feel like you were a Christian, and you were someone who just prayed regularly, and you remained chaste. You remained chaste. So with this monk or nun, you remained chaste. You were someone who didn't really get intimate with others because you were trying to keep your purity. And I'm seeing that you lived with other people who had the same beliefs. So I feel like you could have been a monk in Rome, or you could have been a nun in Roman times. But you lived with other monks or nuns who had the same purpose as you. And I feel like you guys worked a lot, but you guys sometimes you didn't always have money for things. And you didn't always have the things that you needed, and you worried sometimes. But this taught you a lot of lessons, and you had a lot of wisdom because of this. I'm also seeing that for some of you, the number one lesson in your life was forgiveness. I feel like you guys followed the teachings of Jesus Christ, and you believed in forgiveness. But sometimes this was very hard to put into practice for you, because I feel like there were people who maybe stole from the community you lived in when that was all the things you had, and it was very hard for you. I feel like sometimes you got mad at people, and you had to really ground yourself and really think about forgiveness and faith and healing. So you were someone who it was hard for you to really forgive people at times, but you were able to do it eventually. And I also see that you were someone who tried to speak out to others about the Christian faith, but I feel like there were some people who tried to tell you to be quiet. I feel like you were one of those people that was always trying to spread the word, but there were people who tried to tell you to be quiet, and like that you shouldn't talk about stuff like that, and that you were wrong. And I feel like because of this, you had to really stand up for yourself anyway and learn to speak your truth. So I feel like that's what it taught you. So we have Healers of the Ages in reverse, and then we have Attachment, and then we have Woman with a Heart. So with the Healers of the Ages in reverse, I feel like you were meant to be like a healer like Jesus was. We all technically have Christ consciousness, which means that we can heal others, Reiki and all of those things. I feel that you had a lot of gifts, a lot of spiritual gifts, but because you were very, I feel like you didn't believe in them. I feel like you had a lot of spiritual gifts and talents that you purposefully tried to play down, and this is what I feel like you could have been a Jesus type character if you didn't hide these parts of yourself, but you hid these parts of yourself, so you never became the healer that you were really meant to become. I feel like you were meant to become such a powerful healer that other people would knock on your door and bring people to you, but you were scared of this, so you didn't really pursue it. I'm seeing that you had a lot of attachments that also kept you kind of bound as well. I feel like you were attached to someone. I feel like you were a woman. You were a woman. It seems like you were a woman who was a nun. But it's like you were scared of your gifts, so you didn't fully realize them. And I see that you may have had an attachment to some sort of male, and I'm seeing that maybe it didn't work out, but you were very caring and you had a lot of love. So I feel like you had an attachment to a lot of people, actually. There were a lot of people in your life that you were very attached to, but they didn't give you the same love that you deserved. and you had such a big heart, and this is what really taught you forgiveness. So this is what I'm really seeing. Let's pull some more. So we have Gaia nurturing. So I do see that you were a very nurturing person, a very loving person, a very healing person. Like I said, you had a lot of love, and I feel like you gave it to everybody, but people didn't give it back. And sometimes this caused you problems, but that's where you were able to learn forgiveness. With this sensitivity, I feel like you were a very sensitive person. You were very sensitive to healing, you were very sensitive to energy, and this is why you were meant to be such a great healer, but for some reason you didn't take your gifts seriously. So if you know you have psychic and spiritual gifts in this lifetime, this Pega card is really letting me know to tell you that do something with it this lifetime. Don't hide your gifts because you're scared of what people think. Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of success and a lot of acclaim if you didn't hide it. But you were a very sensitive person, I'm seeing, and this actually brought you a lot of wisdom. And with this tree grounding, I feel like you spent a lot of time in nature to ground yourself because you knew that was like healing, and you were able to really ground yourself when you were in nature. You were very in tune with the earth, so that's another thing I'm seeing. So this is all I really have for you guys. Group number 4, please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you would like a private reading, my information is in the description box. You have a beautiful, blessed day, group number 4. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Hello, group 5. Let's talk about your past life. So it seems group 5, you guys had galactic origins. So I need you to know that you are a starseed. So if you feel a little bit different than other people, I'm here to tell you that the reason you feel a little bit different than other people was because you are a star person. You are from the stars, and you incarnated on this earth to be of service to this planet so you could raise this planet's vibration. And so, corruption and greed and, not treating people right can end. But before that, I do see that you had a home in the stars and you enjoyed this home very much. But I feel like there was a war. I feel like there was a war or some sort of battle. And this brought the place that you resided in the galaxy was destroyed because of this war, and you had to really take some time to rebuild and recuperate. So I definitely get an Atlantis vibe where the city was lost at sea. So I definitely get that something happened where you ended up having to leave, because we have leaving and travel. So I feel like you had a star home, but there was some sort of battle or something that really destroyed everything, and you had to leave. With this Ace of Pentacles, I see that you knew that there was more to life and that you had to seek new things, and I feel that you were trying to seek stability for your family. I do see that you had a partner that was very important to you. You had a divine counterpart, someone that you loved very much, that was with you through most of these times. And I'm seeing that you could have even had a baby together. But you knew that you had to leave away from where you were to find a better life for your family. And I feel that you had faith and you trusted the divine, and I feel like angels were guiding you guys every step of the way as well. I feel like you were very angelically protected in your past life, so when these battles, it seems, in the stars happened and there were losses that your civilization experienced, you had to leave. And angels and other protectors were there for you and helped you to make these transitions. We have Paul the Venetian. So I feel like you had a lot of love and a lot of inspiration in your life. I feel like your life was never really dull. You always had something that really made your life feel very, very fulfilling. I'm also seeing that you knew that you had a purpose to really awaken other star systems and planets. So I feel like of course, you decided to come to Earth in this incarnation. So like you're very like so your most recent past life was an incarnation where you decided to come to Earth to help raise the vibration, and this was a call to action. You knew that things needed to be done on the Earth to heal this planet if we wanted to get to a better place in humanity and society. So we have door to spirit. So yes, you were very connected to the divine, and I feel like you were technically you were a star person, so you were very connected to spirit even more than most people, and I feel like this is still true. We have angel of strength. So I feel like you had to really come into a lot of courage to be able to, you know, come to Earth. I feel like it was very hard for you to really want to leave or decide to leave, but you knew it was the best thing for you. And you had a lot of friends. I'm seeing that you may have left behind to make these dreams come true. But you had a lot of support as well, is what I'm getting with this community card. There was a lot of support. So we have Dreamtime Creation, Study, and Milky Way Perspective. So yeah, we have like two really like galactic-y cards that really tell me, and then we have the Commander Ashtar. So when I got this group, you guys are made of star stuff. We really all are, but I feel like your most recent incarnation, group number 5, was that of a star person. But what I see with this Dreamtime Creation is that when you were asleep, you really were able to create new things. I feel like you were very good at astral traveling. You went to where you wanted. You were able to lucid dream very well. You just have a lot of spiritual gifts. This may be true presently. I feel like you have a lot of spiritual gifts because you are a star person. So if you ever feel kind of lonely or alone, or maybe that you don't really you feel like people don't understand you, it's really just because you're a star person and you're a star seed, and you came here to make the world a better place. So don't be surprised if you encounter people who don't understand your spirit, because you're so rare and you're so divine, and you seem to be able to just make things happen by by just thinking that they can happen. And I feel like this is another thing with this Dreamtime Creation card. You were really able to create your reality through your dreams, through just believing. You created some great things. And with this study card, I feel like you were studying to come to Earth almost. You were like trying to really, I feel like before you came to Earth, you were really trying to take time to learn, like, how can I be a good human, and what do humans do for fun? And I feel like you studied how to be a good human and what you should do. Like, I feel like your civilization was aware of Earth before Earth is, like, you know how on Earth we kind of like act like we're the only ones in the galaxy, even though that's not true. Your people, they knew that Earth was a thing, and they were studying people and things on Earth. They were studying Earth. So they were like, okay, so in the morning they eat something called breakfast, and you know, like, you guys probably didn't even really have to eat, but like or you found a way to really make sustenance more effective. But you were studying Earth and studying you know, your soul mission and what you were meant to do on Earth. I feel like you had a lot of time to educate yourself. And with this Milky Way perspective, I feel like you knew that you wanted new perspectives on life, and you wanted to seek more. And this is why you signed up to come to Earth. And I feel like you're learning a lot of lessons now as well. So thank you, group number 5. I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope you enjoy this. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you would like a private reading, my information is in the description box down below. Thank you. Goodbye. Hello, group 6. So you guys had a past life in Egypt. That is what I'm seeing. You were Egyptian. So if you have a particular affinity to maybe Egyptian music, Egyptian culture. Maybe you're like me and you do like the eyeliner thing, or you just feel very connected to Egyptian culture. This is because you had a past life in Egypt. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like for some of you, you could have been someone who had to do whatever you could to get by. So this is really giving me like Aladdin pickpocket vibes. So I feel like for some of you, you were someone who in Egypt, to get by, you had to do certain things that weren't exactly very good, but they helped you get ahead. There's something about you trying to get away with things. So for a lot of you, you may have been someone who, sold like fake. Sorry, I'm trying to think. It seems like you were like a peddler almost. I want to say that you like sold people fake elixirs and said that they were going to promote like eternal life or something. There was something you did where you had to get by any means. It was like by any means necessary. So for some of you, you were like this person who had to do anything to get by. I do see that you ended up finding a partner that you ended up being married to, and you guys had a lot of stability and success together, because we have this Four of Wands and we have spouse. So you did have a divine counterpart. You were not someone who was alone. You were married. You were in a committed relationship. And I do feel like you were a very passionate person who succeeded a lot. But from what I'm really getting from this is you had an inkling that something was about to happen in your life. I feel like you started to have dreams about like an invasion or something that was going to happen. And it seems like you were alive in Egypt when wars started happening. I feel like a lot of people, I feel like you lived in Egyptian civilization, and that there were a lot of like, there was a lot of wealth, and there was a lot of knowledge, and there was a lot of like prosperity. And other civilizations, I'm kind of feeling like Roman, like because when we think about like Egypt and like all of those wars that happened, you were aware that there was something coming. You had intuitive guidance. Your intuition was telling you something's about to happen. Something's about to happen. And you were very scared. I feel like this like sent you into a lot of fear and phobias, and you were always scared that maybe you wouldn't be able to get by and that things were going to happen to you. But it seems you were right, because there were some ships that came in, and I'm feeling very strongly like Roman stuff, like the overthrow of Cleopatra around that time. And you had to end up going to war with these people, and I feel like they tried to take you guys' land, and they tried very hard to steal everything you guys had. I also see that you were someone who was always very authentically you. I feel like you were also very a passionate person. I'm also getting you were very attractive to others, but you had a lot of ideas and you were very passionate, and this is what drove you forward. Let's see what else. We have the garden and the gate. We have the throat chakra, and then we have walking away. So with the garden and the gate, I feel like there was a point in time where all of this war stuff was happening, and you were kind of trying to decide if you wanted to deal with it anymore. I feel like your inner compass was telling you to leave Egypt, because there was just so much war and like calamity going on. I feel like your gut was telling you, but you just made sure you took the time to decide. And I feel like you tried to speak out about this with the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel, but other people didn't really listen. So you ended up having to walk away on your own. I don't know if you necessarily walked away from your marriage, but I do see that you ended up walking away. It feels like you walked away from Egypt. It feels like you ended up escaping. So we have freedom. You're free to do what you choose. So yes, you decided you wanted freedom over all the stuff that happened. And we have, oh wait, this goes here. Passion. So you were a very fiery, passionate person. also, as well as what I'm seeing. There was passion here as well. So you were very passionate about your goals and your ideas. I don't think you broke up with your person or divorced your person. I think you both decided to leave, and there was freedom. You guys ended up escaping and going to where you would feel more fulfilled. So I feel like there was like an exodus, like, so you left. And I see that this brought you a lot of peace, that you were able to find peace because you left that situation, because you left, it seems like you left Egypt for something more meaningful because there was a lot of calamity and war and stuff going on. So you were left with stillness and peace. I feel like you really liked the Nile River when you were in Egypt before you decided to leave. That was like the place you went to like ground and get healing from. So this is really all I'm seeing for you guys. Group number 6, please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you would like a private reading, my information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much. Hello, group 7. Now let's talk about your most recent past life. So we have the Amethyst. So I feel like you were a person who had a lot of spiritual gifts, and you were very in tune with the earth and just with things that were happening. I also see that you had Native American origins, and I feel like you took great pride in this. I see that you were a person who was very looked up to, and you had a lot of success. And I feel that you were someone who explored a lot. I feel like you were someone who explored and traveled a lot in your life. And you saw different sights and you learned new things through these travels. I feel like you met someone though. There was like, you ended up meeting someone you decided to travel, and then you met a soulmate or a divine counterpart. And this brought you a lot of joy. I'm also seeing that you were able to make a lot of money and a lot of stability and prosperity. I feel like even if you guys didn't really value money that much, you had a lot of stability, you had a lot of wealth. Wealth can be like, you had a lot of friends, you had a lot of family, you had a lot of stability. You know, you didn't hurt for food or water. You were very grounded and stable is what I'm seeing. And it seems like most of your wealth you built by yourself, because we have farm here. So you, I feel like you were a farmer. So you were very in tune with the cycles of the earth, and you farmed to get what you needed. And I feel like you respected the earth, you respected animals, and you were very respectful just in general. And this is why so many people liked you. I feel like you were almost a leader. Maybe for some of you, you could have been a chief, because we do have white eagle ancestor spirit. So I feel like for some of you, you could have been a chief, but it seems that you met a partner. I feel like you were a male. I definitely get that you were probably a male Native American man. Well, you were a Native American man, excuse me. And I see that you were very close to your ancestors and that they were guiding you through your life. I feel like you were never really alone. I also see that angels helped guide you and protect you as well. So you were heavily protected and heavily, you know, regarded. And I feel like you were very in tune with nature, as we said, with farm and trees. You were very in tune with nature, but also I feel like you got a lot of wisdom from trees. A lot of people say that you can talk to trees. I personally have talked to trees, and I feel like they have a lot of wisdom. And sometimes there's times where you can just sit in nature and listen to the wind whistle and really get intuitive messages. So I regularly encourage some of you guys to do this, and some of you guys are like, what the heck, you can talk to trees, she must be wild. And I'm just like, yes, I probably am a little wild, but I feel like you got a lot of wisdom from trees and from the earth, and you learned a lot of lessons through your travels, but you got a lot of blessings as well. And I also see that you were someone who was not afraid to speak their truth. You were someone who was always telling the truth, even if other people didn't want to say the truth. You were someone who told the truth. Okay, so with man holding a heart, yes, you were definitely male. You were definitely male. I'm glad this was confirmed just now. You were definitely a man who had a lot of love to give, and I feel like you found somebody to give that love, and you guys just had a lot of happiness together. We also have Angel of Love, so it's like your guides almost made sure that you would find the person that you needed to be with. So it's like your ancestors and your guides made sure you had a happy love life. So that's really, really positive, you guys. And with caring connections, again, you really had someone that I feel like you were very committed to this person and they were committed to you, and you were able to really take life on together. And this is what brought you so much prosperity and happiness. I see that you had a very blessed life. Your life was very blessed. So lessons and blessings. You were very blessed. You were very, very blessed, I see. So we have lightning power. I feel like you were a very powerful person. I feel like your anger almost kind of like was powerful enough to like shock people or maybe cause like disturbances. There wasn't really electricity back then, but I feel like you were able to cause like disturbances and things through your anger. But I also feel like you had a lot of power and you used this power to move your life forward. We have yoga. So I feel like you were very in tune with your body and you did a lot of yoga, stretching, and exercising. It may not have been traditionally called yoga, but I feel like you did a lot of exercise to keep your mind, body, and spirit in balance. And you took time to meditate. You took time to center and ground. And the last card is Sanctuary Cave. So I feel like you lived in caves, honestly. Normally I don't ever say that, but with this card, it seems like you lived in caves and you dwelled in caves. So I do feel like there were times where you guys would go out to hunt and you would sleep in a nearby cave for protection. And that you were able to really home was really for you. It was where you found to settle. So I feel like you had a very, very happy life overall, and that's what your guides wanted you to know about your past life, group number 7. So this is all I really have for you. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you would like a private reading, my information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much, group number 7. You have a great day and goodbye.